Hi, John here. So let's talk about this trip to Norway. I have 10 tips for you that we employed. They went well, and as I go through this, you can hear about just the very beginnings of our trip, and then I'll add some more on another video. The first is you want to have a TSA pre-check at least. It makes things so much easier. Treat it a little more civilly. You don't get the colonoscopy. The next is we left at a reasonable time. You don't want these 7:30, 8:30 flights in the morning. You have to be up at 3, 4, 5 in the morning to catch those. Why would you want to do that on your vacation? We left at 1, for example, and so means we left home around 10 or so. No alarm clock. You get up at a reasonable hour. It works out well. The other is one check bag. Usually after that, it's more cumbersome to pack them around, and they charge you more for the airline. So some people don't even have a check bag. I think one check bag is reasonable. We also get exit row seats. It's sort of like poor man's first class. You don't have your knees up around your ears the whole flight, and you get to socialize with the crew. Sometimes some extra perks, quite frankly. The other is we just do one leg at a time. It's much more relaxing. I mean, if we traveled to Europe, of course, went to Norway, so that from Hawaii it's about as far as you can get. That'd be like a 30, 35 hour duration from the time you leave for the airport till you get to your hotel in Norway. So I'm just not doing that to myself. The first leg we stayed in Seattle, and I'll give you a tip of a magnificent hotel there. It's called Cedarbrook Lodge, and they have shuttle. It's not right there in the airport, but they have shuttle service to the airport. I would recommend that. I would stay there again. The next is we got a good departure time to go to London. Now that's an all-night flight to go from Seattle to London, but I'd rather go earlier in the day and stay late into the evening and get there, basically getting there in the morning. It just can't be helped. You either have to choose one flight or inch your way stopping in Greenland, Iceland, everything else if you don't want to fly overnight. There's those flights come in the morning. You want to get to your cruise if you've got to fly one day before. Most experienced cruisers know this. I think it's important. There are activities you can do in the city of the cruise port before you go. This instance, we picked a centralized hotel so we could walk around London a little bit on that one night before our cruise. You know, we had a river view. I would recommend it. The more important lesson here is if you're staying someplace for one night, if it doesn't have to be at the airport, make it a real centralized location so you can see a few hotspots of whatever city you're in before you move on. The other is we had our ETA, electronic travel information, ready months before for this London trip. You have to know they're always changing different countries what you need to go there. You've got to always have what you need either in a passport or an electronic travel authorization or a visa or shots. Who knows what you may need. But you don't want to be surprised by this at the airport or at the last minute. We've been to London, of course, but this time we planned a couple things we wanted to do. We went on the London Eye, and we walked by Big Ben. We took a nice walk down the river near our hotel. Even though you plan and plan well, there are always times on a trip where you can do spontaneous things. In this case, we did Ghost Bus Tour of London. So that was spontaneous, even though our trip was highly planned, and it was an enjoyable experience, very animated, a lot of education actually. It should be fun and also educational, and this certainly was both. So let's take a pause for now, and I'll pick up with some more tips for you in next week's video. We'll see you then. Talk soon.